Is your first alert weather breakdown, a deep dive into how weather works with meteorologist Evan Thomason.
Welcome into the first alert weather breakdown. I'm meteorologist Evan Thomason. Welcome into your Christmas Eve. It is just 2 days away. People say Happy Festivus as well. Festivus as well. Whatever you call it is December 23rd. Again, the day before Christmas Eve. Welcome on in, and it doesn't matter if it's 2 days before Christmas or 200. It feels like all the same, honestly. If you hop out the door currently, I mean, we were waking up to t-shirt and shorts weather in the morning hours of the day before Christmas. This is still a little bonkers even for the Architects, okay? I know people say it's enough of a miracle to get any type of white Christmas around here. Yes, it is. But this is like the opposite end of the spectrum, okay? We're just how warm we are is completely wild here this week. So that's why in our exclusive content here for the day today, I wanted to go kind of thoroughly over just how warm we have been. Is it near our record-breaking temperatures, which in short term, yes. We're going to take an actual thorough look at the record books through this next week. We're going to see how warm we are expected to be over the next couple of days through Christmas, yes, in your full detailed Christmas forecast. And we're going to take a look at what our record books show exactly. How warm have we been? How warm have we gotten up to on these kind of days around Shreveport here for the Christmas week, essentially. So, yeah, we'll take a thorough look at that after our full local forecast and just to see how warm we are, to be exact, here over the next couple of days. Now, in addition to all that, we finally have our next cool down coming on in eventually a little later down the road. We'll talk about that again in our full local forecast. Just want to give you a hint again. If for those of you on our YouTube page, once more, if you want to leave a comment at any point, feel free to not only comment, but also ask questions. Ask questions. Ask away. I am here. Well, as long as the questions are about weather, I'm here for them. Anything else, maybe not. But anyways, let's get into the full rundown here for you. All right. Again, this is the day before Christmas. Let's get into the forecast. I am a one-man band back here, especially on Christmas Eve around here. By the way, I will be with you guys all throughout this entire Christmas week. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Well, not Christmas Day on the podcast. We will not have a weather podcast on Christmas Day, but Christmas Eve, we still have one more weather podcast tomorrow on Christmas Eve itself before we take a one-day break, and then we'll be back on Friday. But anyways, that's the future schedule. Let's get into the rundown. Cloudy skies here on top of the Architects here for you, similar to that of yesterday. I've seen some peaks of sunshine coming on through. In fact, maybe a little light getting through on downtown. You can see a little bit there. Throughout downtown into downtown Shreveport and Bossier, that is. But hey, this is a nice welcome sight. Some blue skies actually coming down into areas of Texarkana as you see a flock of birds literally moving on by the camera there. That's pretty cool. But yeah, some sunshine and blue skies actually making its way through Texarkana here at this point. And as a result, Texarkana, the warmest spot in the Architects by far. Temperatures already up to 75 in Texarkana. This is currently 73 in Shreveport. Highs are projected to be in the upper 70s today, maybe even touching 80 degrees. And this is going to be overall, again, a stretch of days. Days, plural. That's incredibly warm for both the morning and the afternoon hours. I mean, we already started off with mid-60s here just to begin the day in the first place. Just tough to comprehend sometimes for me, okay? Anyways, very warm air mass. That's in place here still for the next couple of days. Also, I want to make note. If you are traveling anywhere around the Architects, by the way, check this out. Check this out. I'm going in other areas of the Architects, but I'm just going to zoom out and let you see just how warm we are here for the day today. Most areas from Colorado all the way over to Georgia have incredibly warm air mass in place all throughout the region here. And that's going to be the case here all the way through pretty much Thursday for Christmas Day. If you're trying to get a white Christmas at all, you either got to go into the northwest corner, and even then it's a little scarce into some of the areas of the Rocky Mountains, which are even still having a very warm winter here overall, or you got to go way up into the Northeast. We are just actually predicted to have snow in states like maybe or areas from New York City all the way up into the state of Maine. But the point is, these snow-covered areas are very, very scarce. You got highs up into the 70s hitting areas as far north as Kansas and Missouri. It's bonkers to think about, honestly. But we do want to keep you first alert extensively about how this is going to go here in the days ahead. Hold up. I'm going to reload this so we can actually get this graphic rolling at a local level here for you. All right, so again, locally, we're warm all the way through Christmas. In fact, next 4 to 5 days, we are continuously having warmer temperatures in the Arklatex. But finally, we do want to make you first alert and first aware of a cold front. Our next one coming in on Sunday. Starting to get a lot more certainty around that. That's finally going to put a cap into this warm spell around the Arklatex here for us and lead us back to more seasonal temperatures in store for next week. Even then, still, for the next 4 to 5 days, we're still stuck with this, which is impressive for late December. I mean, it's impressive to just have these temperatures around for one day, but to have them for multiple days, just about a full week, crazy. Running out of adjectives to describe them, essentially. So highs across the northern end of the Arklatex up into the upper 70s here for the day today. I would not be surprised to see any of these spots even reaching 80, even across East Texas. Same goes for northwest Louisiana as well. It's pretty much everybody around the Arklatex here for you. So the next cool down is in view, but not until we still maintain warm temperatures. If anything, temperatures could even grow a few more degrees in the days ahead. Christmas, maybe up to 80 degrees. Before, then the cool down comes into place. And this will legitimately cool us off. I think we'll fine-tune the exact temperatures a little closer to the time frame, but as of right now, it looks like a good substantial temperature drop, about 20 to 30 degrees. Yes, 20 to 30 degrees between Saturday and Monday. Go over into that lifestyle forecast here in just a bit. Now, we talked about the actual cool down of the temperatures, which is probably the biggest, headline moving on forward is just how warm we are to just how chilly we're going to be probably here to start off next week. But we haven't actually discussed about the rain issue about this. Now, we haven't had a legitimate amount of rainfall around here in a little bit. A little light drizzle, and we've had a little bit of some wet roadways out there this morning, but I wouldn't really call that a measurable rainfall by any means. This is going to be your next batch of measurable rainfall, essentially. This next cold front, again, as we just discussed, this is going to be coming through on Sunday with the storms. A brief round of rain coming on by that will be getting us colder as a result. So, in the short-term future track, this is not like this is completely pretty here over the next couple of days. We kind of put what we've had between Monday and so far today on loop into the next couple of days through Christmas time. So this future track goes through Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And I'll go slowly here for you since we are on the podcast. There it goes. So into the afternoon, a lot more sunshine coming on through. I do think the clouds are going to dry up, and definitely by sunset, things are looking nice and lovely around the region. But then we head into the morning of Christmas Eve, and you see the clouds coming back into the morning hours once more, and maybe even providing us with the tiniest chance of a light drizzle. That would be if anything were to fall at all. Just making the roadways maybe just a little bit wet, potentially with the intense amount of moisture that we have. But again, if you look at the future track, no substantial amount of rainfall ever coming on down. And then we clear up the cloud cover in for the afternoon. Repeat it one more time for Christmas Day. Christmas morning, you're waking up to a cloudy Christmas morning around the region. Maybe headed out to church, getting the presents, especially if you're getting presents outside and want to get like one of those photos to like a brand new car. It's going to be a cloudy day, but thankfully not much in terms of actual rainfall happening there for Christmas morning. Then we get into Christmas afternoon, same thing. More sunshine coming on through, definitely by sunset for you then. So, as I said, case and repeat. Even into Friday morning, more cloud cover showing up again in the morning hours, which is just making my mornings working each and every day for the weather. All my sky cams are just going to be completely dreary, which, oh well. But the point is we still get a good amount of sunshine, and we still maintain dry conditions, most importantly, through the Arklatex over the next couple days, at least through our two most important days, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Now, Let's get into the long-range future track, which is when we have more of a actual, substantial rainfall coming into the region here for you. So even this long-range future track, it shows wave of clouds, keep coming into the morning hours here for you until we get into mainly Sunday. Again, Sunday's the day. Saturday night, again, see the storm or clouds forming, and eventually that leads into a round of storms coming there for your Sunday. This looks as of this point in time. Looks like this is going to start around midday Sunday and then come through the rest of the region with a round of scattered storms there for Sunday afternoon. And the hope is to dry that out by Monday. I'm not expecting too much lingering rain behind heading into early next week for Monday or Tuesday of next work week. But again, that is still a substantial round of rain that we'll be tracking for you then. All right, so let's get into your lifestyle forecast here over the next couple of days, because in the short term, everything, again, on loop, on repeat here for us around the region. For Christmas Eve, not really doing much, honestly. We got temperatures up into the upper 70s here for you with partly cloudy conditions. And, it's pretty much a cloudy morning leading into a sunny afternoon with dry conditions pretty much stuck into place here for the next couple of days. That does include, again, Christmas Day. We do have graphics for these, again, just going thoroughly over all these. I would not be surprised, as I said earlier, to see some of these high temperatures get up to maybe 80, to be quite frank with you. And this is going to continue on and on, all the way through Saturday. Next 5 days, including today, have those high temperatures way up there. Upper 70s, even some lower 80s filtering in. But then, we do want to keep you first aware and first alert, always about any substantial chances of storms coming on in, which the next one of those is coming in on Sunday into the Arklatex. This is starting to build with a lot more certainty that we will have storms on this day. So watch out for that and for the second half of the weekend. And as a result, high temperature is going to fall a little bit for the first time in a while, down in the 60s. We'll cool off even more, as discussed, into next week, which we have one last graphic before our 7-day forecast that we're going to be running here continuously over the next couple of days. It is the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. 1 week from today, in fact, almost to the exact time, because it's an afternoon game on Tuesday of next week. It's the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl at Independence Stadium between the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers versus the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. One team a little closer to home, but Coastal Carolina taking a nice visit over to Shreveport from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, for those of you that did not know that. Conditions for the game as of right now, I obviously can't go with game time, the temperatures, exact conditions throughout the game until we get closer to the time frame. Obviously, it's still 1 week away, but as of right now, it's looking cooler. That's the biggest message that I have for you moving on forward. High temperatures are probably going to be in the upper 40s, lower 50s for the game. So it's not going to be, I don't think, the most cold for game time. There's been some chilly Independence Bowl games that we've had. But I think it will be cool. Make you at least wear a sweatshirt there to the game. And I think it will be on the dry side of things. I think we will have some dry, partly cloudy skies there for you for Monday and Tuesday of next week after that round of rain rolls through on your Sunday. So that's how it's rolling. Good luck to both teams. Again, 1 week from today, we'll have the full coverage, trust me, on KSLA News 12 leading up into that time frame, both with the forecast and with the coverages from our sports crew here. Andrew and Chris, they'll be all over it. 7-day forecast here for you. 75 today, and honestly, it's probably going to get above 75. I'm going to be honest. It's already 73 right now in Shreveport. We still have 6 more hours to continue to warm things up, so I'm expecting highs in the lower 80s almost continuously. Yes, lower 80s continuously for the next 5 days. Again, that includes Christmas Eve. That also does include Christmas Day as well. That's going to leave our mornings still incredibly warm. If anything, maybe a touch cooler for tomorrow morning, but even then, 60s, still 60s, day in, day out, up until the weekend. Now, let me show you the full 7-day forecast, including what my face was hiding there. Again, highs down in the 60s there for your Sunday. There's that high getting down to 50 there for your Monday. Should dry things out by Monday, and again, that should continue into the bowl game there for Tuesday as well. But as a result of that cold front, you're going from a high of 80 on Saturday down to 50 on Monday. And that's going to leave us cool for the start of next week. Look at those morning lows, specifically on Monday. Could see some of those dipping back down into the 30s, back to the near freezing mark for some areas of the Arklatex here for early next week. So we finally have our change in sight to actually get us back where we should be for winter. And that could roll through a little more continuously with some cooler air filtering in all the way up into New Year's Day. So that might be a little more in the seasonal perspective here heading into next week. Still not finding too much, I will say, besides Sunday's rain. Not finding too many other instances further on in our 12-day forecast that says like a big surge of moisture is going to come after that. So we'll see. But things are still looking to be just overall dry. And if we are dry for next week, that could be leading to us warming back up once again. We'll see, but it is at least a sign of a cool down coming again here for early next week. All right, we're not done with this. We are going to investigate a little more into the temperatures. Obviously, I just said highs are kind of in the lower 80s here for the next 5 days, which is wild to think about. Coming up after this, we're going to compare these to the record books. How warm has it been on Christmas Day and throughout Christmas week? What are some of the Christmas records that we've had in Shreveport here for the basically since record-breaking or records started being taken, I believe, back in the 1940s, 1950s. Wild. Anyways, we're going to compare essentially our high temperatures this week to the high temperatures in the record books and see if we can actually break any of them. We'll look thoroughly at that after a quick commercial break after this. Hello, and welcome back to the First Hour Weather Breakdown. Again, I'm Meteorologist Evan Thomason. Thank you for joining me here for the day today. It's always a pleasure to have you around whenever you're around, especially if you're here for the holiday breakdown. Pretty cool. We'll talk more about the schedule of the podcast and how it roll into the next couple of days in just a little bit, but we wanted to go over exclusive content here for the day today, which is comparing our scheduled high temperatures here for the rest of this holiday week and how warm they are. And compare that to our record books, essentially. Turn open the pages and see just how warm has it been in Shreveport here over the past couple of days. Now, to refresh, let's go over your... I know we did this right before the break, but for those of you just showing up last minute, hey, we want to make sure you're included. Again, highs over the next 5 days. 5 days of potential record-breaking temperatures around here with that incredibly warm air mass in place before Sunday and Monday hit, and then we go finally back to where we should be this kind of year. So, essentially, if you are a fan of a warm Christmas, hey, this is your year to partay, essentially. But anyways, next 5 days, again, incredibly warm air mass in place. High temperatures, honestly, even today is going to get into the upper 70s. We're already at 73 here at this time, and we still have another 6-7 hours to continue to warm things up around here. So it's going to be in the upper 70s and lower 80s across the region over the next 5 days. So what do our actual high temperatures look like? Well, I unfortunately can't show you a graphic with this. I wish I put this into an actual rundown here for you. But essentially, today is December 23rd. So let me do the math on the spot here with you. The 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, 26th, and the 27th. Again, we just said the next 5 days. We're kind of doing this live on the spot. Next 5 days have potential, is where that warm air mass is again in place. So let's look at the records over the next 5 days. All right, December 23rd, today, record high is at 81. We could potentially reach that. I think we could. I think, if anything, to be fair, as you saw across our next 5 days, though, if anything, temperatures could warm up even more, though, into Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and all the way through the 27th. So maybe a little more likely on days past today. So maybe getting a little close to that mark here even today. Maybe not hitting that mark. Christmas Eve, record high, 84 degrees. Wow, that's impressive. That was made back in 1955. It also has the year that broke the record. I don't think we reach 84. that's something that'll be wild. 25th and 26th, Christmas Day, and even the day after Christmas have the same high, 83. Those were made back in the 2010s. The record year that made essentially the hold up. Am I doing this correctly? No. Sorry. I was making sure I was reading the correct line. The record high is 83, though, for Christmas Day, and the same goes for the day after Christmas. Warmest Christmas ever, 1964. 1964. If any peeps that were around, obviously I was less than a twinkle in the eye in 1964. But you remember that being an incredibly warm summer. Incredibly warm day. I do believe we could reach 80, definitely, here in Shreveport on Christmas Day. Do we reach 83? That's the real question. We'll see. You're getting close to that mark. 26, again, the 26th, same thing, 83 degrees. Some of the warmest days in our whole stretch, though, are for Friday and Saturday. Those are projected at 80, and we've had a notorious run, I will say, over the past couple of days of our actual projected highs being exceeded and exceeding even the expectations. Some of that I adjust, yes, in our actual forecast, but some of that, even some days, I just don't have time to adjust what our typical software takes in for temperatures. So it's kind of weird because, again, we're already at 73. We have a projected high of 75 today, which I'm definitely going to bump up in just the next little bit. But, yeah, bonkers. All right, the last little day in our warm stretch is, again, Saturday the 27th. 80 degrees is the projected high. Record high temperature is at 82 back in 2015. I think we could beat that. So it's looking like later on down the stretch. I don't think we'll beat it today, even with only a high temperature of 81 here for December 23rd. But I think we break it on the 26th and 27th, the 2 days after Christmas. I don't think it's going to be the warmest Christmas ever because of that high of 83. Do we reach 83 current Christmas Day? Maybe. I'll be awfully close to that mark. But again, it just goes to show you how this, the reason I did this in particular to begin with, was to just show you just how incredible our stretch of days have been. It's rare enough to have 1 or 2 days just in a row placed that could potentially give us high temperatures that are as high as our record high temperatures on a certain day. That's impressive enough. But to be close to that mark in 5 straight days in late December. Wild. So, again, we'll watch out for the record books here over the next couple days, especially on the 26th and 27th, probably the day or two after Christmas. We'll see, and we'll keep you first alert. That's our episode here for the day today. Thank you for watching on the First Alert with the Breakdown. Obviously, we for those of you just popping in new over the holidays, we do this every single weekday, Monday through Friday. The only exception to that this week is Christmas Day. There will be no episode on Christmas Day. You enjoy Christmas Day with your family, all right? Everything shut down shop-wise, and yes, here on the podcast for Christmas Day. But we do have an episode for Christmas Eve tomorrow. Stick around for that. First of all, I'm excited tomorrow because tomorrow will be us tracking Santa. We'll be tracking Santa making his merry ride around the world throughout tomorrow on Christmas Eve. We will be doing that through our shows. I'll see if I can get that on the weather podcast as well. That'll be pretty cool too. So could be tracking on Santa tomorrow for exclusive content. And on top of that, we have an interview tomorrow. We're bringing another meteorologist in, Joel Young from, I believe he's from K-Arc. He works in Little Rock, Arkansas. He covers all of Arkansas just off to our north. We're going to talk with him about some Christmas trends, some New Year's trends, some weather trends coming on by. We're just going to have a fun weather discussion here for you. Goes and see how it's been recently and see where we're going here heading into early next year across both the Arklatex and across Arkansas, his jurisdiction as a whole. Again, that interview will be with us tomorrow. I will see you then. Be there, be square. And most importantly, hey, stay weather aware. Same time, same place. See you for Christmas Eve. And have a Merry Christmas again from all of us here at KSLA News 12, including myself. Hope you're having a relaxing, easy week. Nothing much in the rain department. Weather's going to be helping. I know temperatures you might not be the best fans of, but something we can all get behind again is us being dry. Not having to worry about any wet weather impacting any of your plans. It's great. Anyways, Merry Christmas. Have a great one, and I'll see you tomorrow on Christmas Eve.